I think we're good.
And welcome back to Unravelin Gravelins. We had a short little vacation, but what you need to do is you need to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. I think I got those right again. We just went over it because it's been so long. I had to cover it with the boys here.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which order you do it in. Just do it.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if I go hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. I don't care if they like it.
Technically, you go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell.
Because you have to subscribe for it to notify
you.
You
like the video, then you want to subscribe to us.
To see more. Well, then you should like it first.
And then you notify it so you know when we all post.
That's legit thinking. That's too much logic, though, for me, though.
Well, it's so simple, though.
What'd you guys do over spring break?
I would spend 3 days in Branson. I got a motel. Okay, so got a hotel. Dean and I stayed in the hotel. We got the suite, so it had a jacuzzi tub. That damn jacuzzi tub was in the bedroom. It was 3 feet from the bed.
I mean,
it was the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, don't splash.
you can watch your old lady take a bath, a bubble bath, from your bed. That doesn't sound like a bad time to me.
Okay, so you don't know who I am. I don't even take baths, and putting one next
I
to my bed.
didn't say you take a bubble bath.
No, I know, but for me it was the most awkward thing.
Baby.
It's not the tub itself, just the location of the tub.
Yeah, that is.
It was a 2-person jacuzzi tub. I mean, but it was weird right next to the bed.
No, I guess I stay in.
Like baths.
Yeah, I don't like baths. I mean,
I've had a lot of suites that do that though. So
right next to the bed.
I mean, there's like a glass partition.
Nope.
Yeah, one of the most awkward.
It's like the tub and the wall, and then a glass partition, and then there's like the end table. I'm talking about downstream.
Oh, I'm talking corner of the room where there used to be a 2 queen beds. They took a queen bed out, they put a king bed in, and they put a tub in the fucking corner.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Like downstream is still classy. It's still like there's like that's like marble floor thing. Has the carpet divider.
Right.
Yeah.
When I went to Europe, we had this room. It was really awkward because I stayed with this other dude. But
Europe's weird, huh?
Yeah, they just had like a glass window that went about 3/4 of the room, and then another little one. There was no door, and then it just had a shower head, a little drain, and then the toilet was right in the corner.
Of the shower?
But the whole bathroom was a shower. Like it was just a shower head on the fucking wall.
Dude,
and then there was a toilet and a sink in the corner, and I'm like, and me and this dude are like, this would be pretty cool if we weren't like together.
If we had a girl instead of you. Yeah, I get that.
I'm sure that little high school trip you took, there was no co-ed rooms, huh?
Oh no, definitely not.
But you guys weren't high schoolers anymore. Why do they need a chaperone? Yeah.
Half of them were, though, weren't they?
But it was.
Oh, it wasn't like just a senior trip.
No, it was not a senior trip.
It was like also a school.
I got you.
School
sanctioned. I get
no,
you.
the thing I went to was actually like a school.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand. But I don't remember what the acronym is or whatever.
Oh.
European something. Obviously EU.
Hey,
EU's European Union.
Dad wouldn't know this because he doesn't have a passport.
It's like EU.
Europe kind of sucks, huh?
Yeah.
So I'd just rather go to a different part of the U.S.
Sucks.
That's been my theory my whole time.
I just go to the old part of the U.S.
But it was cool.
It was cool that it wasn't what I was expecting.
It wasn't like
it was like kind of
dirty
a
rush
little
to
bit.
go back.
I'm just saying, the older they get, the smarter I get.
When I was in Rome, you went. Didn't you go to Rome?
No, that's one thing that I didn't like.
Oh.
I went to Italy, but not Rome.
Like,
we're not going to Rome. I said,
where'd you go in Italy? Venice?
Venice. And
yeah, I went to Venice too. We flew into Venice.
Because isn't Venice on the tip of it?
Yeah, it's like on the left side, and then we went like we went like that.
Around the
heel? We went heel to toe, not toe to heel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we just went down there and then we went back up.
That's
I went
crazy.
to Germany.
Switzerland.
There you go.
I know you tripped better than you.
I know, right? I was thinking
because it's a competition. Who has the more stamps?
We technically drove through France, and we stopped in. Is it Argentina that's in the mountains?
No, that's in South America.
No. Starts with an A though.
The Alps?
Austria?
Austria.
Yeah, okay.
I never got it right. Austria though.
What about you for spring break?
Oh.
Why did you shit for spring break, bro?
Yeah, just nothing.
Had a whole lot of nothing to do.
Really.
I went to in
Had
Branson.
other people do stuff for me. I didn't really do much.
I went to this Anthems of Rock the show up in Branson. It was legit.
Those Branson shows are fun.
Yeah. I have to go back for the Elvis impersonator, but
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't got season tickets for that.
Viva Branson.
But,
isn't that the second most traveled place in the United States?
If you're 60 and up, yeah.
dude, I'm not 60 yet. I went up there. I
Nah,
enjoyed
yeah,
my.
I couldn't tell with your fucking
But you're
mask
also
beard
local.
over there.
Huh?
But you're also a local.
No, I ain't lived in Branson since '90.
Well, we're
No,
still
he said it's 45 minutes down the road, so you don't go that often.
Okay.
So I think that's what he's saying.
See, I'm not very smart sometimes.
See, this is a little
It's like
more comfortable
English.
vibe, huh?
Yeah.
That table is.
So go ahead and hit the like button if you like our new digs here.
setup.
We
We
forgot the
didn't
new
like
decorations,
We didn't
but we'll
like
have
the
those next week.
table. We didn't
Yeah.
like the table, the
Oh.
big table. You know, we like this table.
If you can see, yeah, I think they can see it when we are on
Well, it's not-
YouTube.
there's a table right there.
Yeah, that's what the mouse
That's
is
what the
at.
knocking sound was. But so we were talking a little before this about accountability, because I just think that accountability
I keep my hand up here.
is different as a kid versus an adult, as a single person, as a
I
married
think it's even
person.
different from the young adult to a middle-aged adult.
Yeah.
But there, and so what I was talking about with him, and we just kind of talk about it, and is where our accountability lies. And one thing that I always think about is, how to hold people accountable is my thing. So, for personally, intrinsically, I hold myself accountable, but holding kids accountable, whether they're 6 years old, 12 years old, 16 years old, 22 years old, 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? At what point do you hold them? At what point do I have the accountability demand?
Well, I think like. Here you go.
I was just gonna say, like, what's the difference between accountability and responsibility?
I don't know what. What do you think it is?
So your responsibility, of course, is to take care of your. Talking about kids,
Right.
As a parent, you have to be responsible to give them the basic essentials. Food, shelter, clothes.
Right.
But the accountability is the
When you don't.
taking them to extracurriculars. You got to hold yourself accountable, because you got to
Give up your spare time.
that, and you got to like what they like.
Right. So and I guess we're kind of saying the same thing, I guess. But so responsibility to me is the electric bill.
Yeah, of course.
Accountability
of course.
is what happens, what I do with that electric bill. So if I pay my electric bill,
Don't keep your lights on.
they'll keep my lights on.
But to keep
I
the kid
think-
accountable, don't keep the light on if you're not in the room.
That the kids shouldn't be responsible for that, so they can never be accountable for it.
For the electric.
But
'Cause
if you
that's
tell
what-
them that's something,
Right. Don't.
when you leave your house, shut off the light.
Right.
That's
Oh yeah,
That's teaching them something in their life.
And then if they
so when
didn't.
they grow up, their electric bill isn't,
Right.
and the lights probably ain't
So
cutting but a cent.
the accountability.
especially with the new light
So the
bulbs.
accountability for an electric bill as a parent.
I think
was-
that's a responsibility.
Yeah, it's
You never. I don't think you're ever held accountable for something until you failed to meet your responsibilities.
Okay, so we're saying the same thing. I think so. The responsibility of paying the bill was mine, but the accountability was whether the lights were on or not. So if I took care of my responsibility, then I'm held accountable by the lights staying on. If I don't pay the bill, then my accountability is shown by the lights being shut off.
And they're also 2 into 1 because your responsibilities, you have to be held accountable to meet those.
Right, but I think responsibility is a defined object. I think accountability is the outcome of that responsibility.
Yeah.
So
Responsibility is an event, and
Right.
accountability is like
Like an emotion, maybe
how you respond to it.
a consequence, a
You
reward.
you can be accountable for something, which is a good thing, or you cannot be accountable for
Right.
something.
So for instance, in our house, I was responsible for the electric bill, but we were all accountable for whether that worked or not. Now,
do not touch that thermostat. I don't give a fuck if you're cold.
68 degrees in the winter, people. 68
But-
degrees in the winter.
But you're not
I guess what I keep my
you're not always held accountable to stuff you're only responsible for. There's, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that has more than one definition.
Yeah, for sure.
You
For
you
sure.
didn't make the decision to run that dog over. I mean, it might have happened, but are you held accountable if you just sit there and let it die?
Or don't go tell the owners.
Yeah. I guess you might have been responsible for driving the car, but you weren't like
You weren't like, oh, I'm gonna
out to kill the dog or whatever.
See, but my responsibility is to be a good driver and to be noticing things.
Eh, dogs run into the road sometimes. They just
Right.
dart out there.
Now, the accountability is when I hit the dog. My responsibility was not to hit the dog.
You could be accountable and take responsibility, or take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the
you
responsible thing.
I
is
think
taking
it's a
Exactly.
it's a hard.
They're one and the same.
They're the same,
really.
but they're different
Yeah.
to me.
Well, to me, when we
I like
talk about
it's the act and then
Because I could be accountable to my family, but be socially irresponsible.
yeah.
I
guess
could
what do you
I could do something to benefit my family,
right.
but it might hurt somebody else.
And
So it's like
I
it
need
makes
an
no,
example.
makes sense in my head.
Okay, then.
I don't have an
Let-
example.
Let me just. So for me personally,
Ask more questions.
I just think that there exists things, and then what happens afterward is the accountability part of it. So I believe that a responsibility is not the same as accountability, because if I'm irresponsible, then my accountability is negative.
Or I mean, you could admit you were irresponsible and still have a positive account for it. Still have accountability and a positive. Like, yeah, I fucked up, but I'm going to do what it takes to make it right.
We're saying the same thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think
The-
we're
Oh, I
saying the same
forgot.
thing.
I didn't pay the
So-
fucking electric bill. Oh, now I got to pay the late
So
fee.
And the late
once
fee.
you have an accountability call, and that's PG&E. Well, I guess it's not PG&E around here. What is it? Springfield Utilities comes to my house and turns off the power.
The hell did you live at PG&E? Florida?
California.
Oh, California.
So when
Procter
you
and Gamble.
when they do an act and they turn it off, then I have another responsibility.
Those are nice.
I either pay the bill or I don't pay the bill, and I'm held accountable in that way to get it turned back on. So I think that everything is just a series of events and consequences, and we call those consequences accountability measures.
So the event is the responsibility, and the consequence is the
Right.
what you're accountable for.
But I think accountability is an emotion, because there's very many people out there who go kill people, don't even give two shits,
And
don't sweat it. Don't tell the parents, that they killed their kid. Or, I mean, accountability is an emotional thing that you're taught.
Do you think you've been accountable for most of your life? Because looking back on it, there's a lot of times in my life I didn't care if I was accountable or I didn't care if I was responsible, and it's come back to bite me in the ass. Or I didn't, like I said, I didn't do my responsibilities.
Right.
So
And then the accountability was either positive or negative.
trying to make it
and
right.
how you deal with it. Now, if it's a negative responsibility, and we'll just use the power again, if they turn it off and I go, I don't give two shits, you guys live in the dark, then I have no emotion to it. The consequence doesn't move me to be held accountable.
Don't
You know
make
what
that
I'm saying?
face.
Huh?
Said don't make that face.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I think
Quote,
what we
air
call
quotes.
accountability is just an emotion, and if it makes us feel bad, we can change it. If it doesn't make us feel bad, we don't change the consequence.
So if you're talking about holding yourself accountable, I believe that you should be working out, not like deadlifting 600 pounds, nothing like that.
Did you deadlift 600 pounds?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
Could you?
no, probably not.
325 was the last one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep. I pay attention.
But if you don't do all that stuff, you don't eat right, you don't drink water, and that stuff is, eating fucking unhealthy is fucking fun. Mm-hmm. That's good for
Yeah, now
for for now it's good. Mm-hmm. But then you keep doing that.
I'm up 9 pounds from where I was at my low point.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying about it's starting to feel gross again. So I get what you're saying.
Are you talking about when you failed your diet? Or your life challenge?
Buddy, I lost weight. But now I'm back on the soda, back on the beer, back on the bad food. So now I have to hold myself accountable for my actions. The events. And do I feel bad? Do I start over, do a different diet? That is what accountability is. I believe it's an inner emotion that you go, oh shit, this is bad, or fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what accountability is. If you don't go to the gym for 5 days, you beat yourself.
It's new. You'll get used to it. I
You'll
keep
beat
holding my
yourself
hand
up. Day 2, right?
I'm injured.
Or dead.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying is, so in your personal example here of just the gym, and I don't want to do them all, with your gym, there's no real consequence if you don't go to anybody else but you.
Exactly.
But it's still a consequence to you, and that's why you say it's self-accountability. Because you're fighting those emotions. You want the positive emotion, and that's why you hold yourself accountable. Serial killers, that is a positive outcome for them. That's what they wanted. I mean, but
this guy can't.
We went from going to the gym to serial killer.
I just want, but it's just like the Hitler thing we did. I got to get his.
We didn't do a Hitler thing. You did a Hitler thing.
But
that's why we're on the same side.
But my point is that, what makes you happy doesn't necessarily make me happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You going to the gym for 4 hours, right? So you going to the gym for 4 hours versus you not going to the gym for 4 hours is very different than the way I see not going to the gym for 4 hours.
Yeah. 4 days.
You still go to the gym for 4 hours? Shit.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, he's talking about days.
Days. I'm talking days.
Yeah, actually,
You spend 4 hours in the gym sometimes?
I want it not regular.
Is that very responsible?
Not regularly.
I'm fucking with you.
But there is a couple times I'll go get a workout in. There's some guys playing basketball.
And I hope these guys are hearing us good on here. I'm held accountable for that.
What?
If we're fucking being heard good or not.
But I mean, so when we just talk about that, I believe that accountability is individualized anyway.
It is.
Because what I believe guilts me into doing something versus what creates euphoria for me is very different for you. It's very different for you.
Definitely.
So accountability.
Yeah, bubble baths in my bedroom. I like. Fucking guy over
so
here.
what's the best way to teach accountability?
So personally, the way I did it was I tried to impose my core values of just being a good person from the time you were that little.
Who told you were a good person? Just because you work for a school don't make you a good person.
You're right. I mean, compared to some people, I may not be.
I just had to get a funny in there.
What I believed made me a good person.
That was funny.
Say it again.
What made me a good person is just what I tried to instill in you, those core values. And then, I don't know if I ever tried to guilt you guys into doing anything, but I damn sure bullied you into doing things. Yeah. So that's how I got you guys, because that was what was coming. And people are like, you're bullying your kids. And I'm like, but it works. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I don't feel like I've been accountable for the last little bit. Not in everything in life, obviously, but sometimes I've shirked being accountable for stuff.
We all do that. We all go through that phase.
Try to make an excuse or, I mean, not to get too like personal, but sometimes I'm the defensive guy. Like I can know I'm in the I can know I'm in the wrong, and you're telling me I'm in the wrong is just
making me more mad.
Yeah, and then I
getting more defensive.
Yeah.
Especially when you get
but you did this or you did that.
Well, I think it's just like the table and the lip. We just miscommunicated how and
most
what.
Of the time, yeah.
And I believe that's what a lot of it is that but people are stubborn, and
well, I'm not wrong.
And sad to say, you get that from your mother.
It's one thing you'll let her take credit for. Huh?
No,
there's more than the one thing.
But I believe that's genetically for men that we do that just as men.
Some men have penis or some. Damn, I fucked it up.
Rewind.
Some men have vaginas and can get pregnant. It's 2021, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Let's not get canceled before we get started.
I'm trying to get us not canceled. I'm trying to be inclusive. This guy over here.
All I'm saying is everything I learned in biology class, there are things that are traits that we carry on from hunters and gatherer time. So if that offends you, I apologize, but I don't apologize because that's just what
I'm offended.
Good. I'm glad.
Canceled.
But
make sure we throw that senior on that Matthew.
You guys ever see that fucking guy that goes around to the fucking like Target or Walmart and sees all the fucking toys? He's like, this, every toy, something fucked up, canceled.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason.
No.
Canceled.
But it's so easy to do. Like,
yeah. But
the people are getting held accountable for today's standards for shit they did in '85.
There you
go. Yeah, I think you just.
I think you
pulled
were
anything.
every time you just
Growing Pains audience, we're sorry.
So,
but yeah.
So what were we saying? Being held accountable for what?
I lost it.
Damn it! I do that all the time.
Bro, me too.
You ever walk into a room and go, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
Yeah, and then you go sit down in the other room, and you're like,
your brain's like, boom.
Yeah, and once you sit down where you first had the thought, it reminds you, and you go and you.
The worst part is going to fucking the store for like one or two.
You don't even get them fuckers.
And then you're like, oh. That's why I make Pauline make a list. Give me a list.
Yeah, I think I'm about that old now.
I need a list.
You know how old I finally am? I started wearing belts. Started wearing belts.
That's a step up.
You guys just don't understand. If you have not met him in person,
my ass crack's always out. I should have been a plumber.
Shit falls down.
Shit falls down.
It's because my pockets are so fat.
Wow.
Okay, Nelly.
Hey, you got to get in a good joke every now and again.
It's
usually because I got phones in them.
But so getting back to the accountability thing and how to, kind of help people along is that the one thing you have to remember is that what they like may not be what you like.
That's another thing. You just got to mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, social media makes you think people care about you more than they really do.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. But only if you screw up.
I got 97 likes. Yeah. People like me. They just like what's in the picture.
To get likes now, you got to...
Like button, notification.
Yeah, like have your ass out, or you got to fucking be sad.
Yeah, depression will get you some likes.
I don't think.
I'm glad.
Oh yeah, boom.
And the reason they like it,
sad. Like maybe this like will help.
But that goes back to misery likes company. The more people click on it, that's because they're sad about their life and seeing your life. It's like, oh, mine's not so bad. Yeah. Now they also
nobody likes to see anybody happy anymore.
No.
Which is crazy to me because the happier everybody else is, the more they need to fuck alone.
Yeah.
I want everybody happy.
That's kind of what I strive for, and that's kind of why I don't have Facebook anymore. I have Twitter now, and I'm not shitting you. The only reason I use Twitter now is I'll scroll through the news articles, but also that's how we communicate. Usually is through direct message on Twitter. Other than that, I hardly ever use that shit.
Yeah, I mute every like my text message group conversations. I mute it all. So if I'm in one of your group messages and I ain't messaging back, never going to.
I won't even get them sons bitches.
The,
Holler at me on the Twitter.
but I do believe social media tries to do what I did to you guys, and that's kind of bully people into thinking that way. But for the most part, mine was just core. Not because you guys listen to
I would
music,
fundamentally disagree with that. You not have bullied us, yeah, but I think
At the same time,
I think social media tries to shame everybody.
Yeah.
Which is, to me is a difference. Just
there
like,
is a difference, and I think you're right.
Which like we liked hip hop and rap growing up, and kind of, you always had on some rock or some country.
alternative classics.
But at the same time, you weren't like, oh, you're not listening to that shit.
Oh no,
You're like, oh, listen to this old
rap,
school.
Yeah,
I listened
Ice
to back
Cube.
in the day.
Today was a good day.
You know what I'm saying?
And we all
Shout
just
out to
want
Ice Cube.
we all just want to be rock stars.
Nickelback, Rockstar.
Man, you know what I never got? All the Nickelback jokes. It's like they sell millions every time they put out a CD. Who's all these people that don't like Nickelback?
I'm telling you.
Let
you know
fucking
who started all those Nickelback jokes? The PR guy for Nickelback.
Oh,
He keeps them in your
fucking-
mouth the whole fucking time.
I didn't even think about
That's
that.
how he
They all
makes
do that.
22
Why-
million records and gets his pay.
That's why he needs an
Why you
accountant.
think Lil Nas X sent out them Satan shoes?
Because now
Because now his
everybody
song
talking
don't.
about it.
Yep.
I got me some off-whites. I not need you some blood reds.
Got human blood.
I-
Yeah, okay.
I never even tried them on my off-whites. I never even.
But that
put 'em
pissed
out
all the
box.
Karens and the Steves off.
Who's Karen and Steve? Bro?
All of them.
All of them. I keep playing with the mic.
I believe you are right, and it's more of a shame people into doing what they want on.
Shame.
But
You guys didn't watch Game of Thrones, man.
no Game of Thrones. But I don't
I got
have
some-
shame for
I got some
anything I
roped
did.
in
It
there.
makes people feel ashamed because they see all these people.
Or they only
Cool
get
shit,
they don't
dude.
get any likes, and then they feel ashamed because of that.
Exactly.
Like I know at one point they were talking about taking like the like button away, which is dumb as fuck to me. Like
Yeah, that was,
if I like something, I can like it.
right.
Yeah.
But
I don't
Well,
have to,
but I don't
Well,
think you
that's
should
how
feel
life-
bad if
Well,
not everybody liked your
And if
picture.
you don't believe that's coming, it's the whole everybody gets a trophy thing. Now everybody gets a like for posting it. You know what I'm saying? That it's just a different medium. That okay now.
You ever notice
You
that
know
all
who-
the likes you get are from your circle of people that
Yeah,
you talk to mostly every single
yeah.
day?
My mom and my brother like that stuff.
But
You're not on Instagram.
I just
so.
think that that's kind of the theory about why we need to take the like button
Like, I
away
get
is
pissed
because it's not fair if everybody gets a like or not.
I get pissed. My daughter.
Be creative.
Well, then what's next? Not everybody's gonna be able to post on YouTube.
Everyone that follows me should like my motherfucking picture of my daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
I almost called her a bitch. That little girl's cute as fuck. She deserves a million likes. But she gets like 8.
Yeah, I just don't hit the like button that often
Yeah.
to a million things.
The
Some people overdo it. Some of us underdo it.
well, it's because
You gotta be a good.
Yeah,
follower.
I follow you.
You gotta
Obviously,
be
I
a
like
good
you.
follower.
so
If I don't
I
like
just
you, I'm
Be
not going to follow
accountable
you.
and be a good follower.
But
I'll just
if
unfollow.
everything you do, so as a teacher, I used to give out a lot of negative feedback. I'd be like,
But
How
at the
many
same
people
time-
dropping out of high school are you accountable for?
0, bro.
You didn't fail
I
nobody, and they
think-
say
but
fuck
But
it.
for
But if all you
failure is the best teacher.
do is absolute
You know what I'm saying?
preach.
Especially like you. I'm just speaking out of like my experience. You would always say negative things, but you would always have a counter to make it better.
Well, yeah, because what didn't Steve Jobs? He started Apple or Macintosh or whatever it was, and then he was failing to run it right. His board thought so, they fired him.
Right.
So he started another company, and then Apple bought him.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like sometimes failure is your best teacher.
For
Like,
sure.
Because what's the old sports thing? It don't matter how many times you fall as long as you get up one
It's
more.
how many times you get up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that Jordan thing, right?
Oh, I've heard a million people say it. I don't know who said it.
But I believe that to be true. And the reason is because everybody tells you good job for everything you did. It means absolutely nothing.
Why do you think people like LeBron James, Robert Downey Jr., all those people make it? It's not because they just had everything handed to them. There you go. All right, good.
Yeah.
They came from like nothing.
Right.
You know, Robert Downey Jr. was a drug addict.
Yeah,
and then pulled himself out of it. And then now he's one of the biggest actors in the world.
You can't be Iron Man with a heroin problem.
Right?
I don't know if he was a heroin problem.
I think it was, honestly.
It's a lot of, that's what a lot of those
Wouldn't
rich
shock
guys.
me.
That's what a lot of those rich guys are like.
The
Super rich guys.
But I think that people confuse, and it's been my whole career that I'm a negative person, and I don't believe I'm negative. I believe it's more what you said is that, okay, that's not correct. Try again. Here's a hint on how to do it better.
Yeah.
Now I ain't said I ain't never been negative, but usually
because he would also. I mean, I guess it's my dad, so I notice different things about you that, like, we could sit there and ask every homework question.
Mm-hmm.
And we give the fucking whole thing for free. Well, you just finished your homework. You just asked the question, what's this one? Someone else be like, oh, what's this one? And he's sitting up there, boom. I'm like,
oh, you're talking about Mr. Gravelin,
Yeah.
Dad. I was like,
I
Dad.
was like, guys, literally.
Dad, my dad never gave me just answers to my homework. But Mr. Gravelin would explain it in class.
Yeah, help you go through it.
He's like, I'll show you. Especially when it was math, you always like, I can come up with another problem and teach you about this one.
So maybe it's just me noticing my dad and all those little tendencies so I could skate by.
yeah, that's probably true.
And so people didn't realize that.
I don't know. And I feel like sometimes, at least for me, people have felt sorry for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how sometimes.
Because you get more dinners bought for you than most people.
No, I was just saying, like, sometimes people just never held me accountable. Like, I remember in,
Like when you got an A in music with your mouth stitched shut.
I
Choir. It was choir. You literally, your mouth was sewn shut.
Yeah,
all
but
the
I
way to the end of the order.
still watched
You
the
missed-
fucking musicals and wrote my fucking essays and did the computer stuff.
It was still
And
choir.
Piano.
I don't know
yeah.
if anybody else gets it. That's like a guy in a wheelchair having to run the mile. I mean,
Yeah, they ran it with the fast guy. he just
He got a quicker time.
He got quicker time than me.
the guy pushing him. But
Yo, that tripped me out. That meme you sent us
but that's that.
your keys have traveled farther than your car.
Yeah, dude, it blew my mind when I read that. It was one of those things like, damn sure has, haven't they?
Yeah, I parked pretty far from my front door.
I drove my car all the way to Nashville once.
That was making me think on a Saturday. I think is the one.
Yeah, that's what you were employed with. Yeah,
Yeah. The
didn't know you were. I guess I did know you were on a trip with your wife out of town. You didn't. You could have had your messages turned off. Yeah.
Bro. I'm busy. I don't look at it.
I mean,
I love my wife to death, but even like on a whole weekend over thing, it's like we both were on our phone for a little bit. Like,
at this point,
we were in a
all-
car together for 3 hours. Let's decompress.
I've been with mine for 25 years, bro. You don't think there's some hours that go by that we don't talk?
I thought there'd been a whole day. You guys just looked at each other, knew what each other meant. You stood up. It's about 5:36. You just look in the kitchen, look at her, look at the car keys. Yeah, let's go get some dinner.
Yep. And sometimes we'll be sitting there and we'll start a conversation, and then like when she gets home, be about a 5-minute conversation, and then we go rest of the night.
You know who's going to be held really accountable though in about a month? You guys, if you guys don't get that quarterback, y'all traded all them fucking picks for. Huh?
Who?
Man, y'all gave up a fortune, huh? Three.
I think with
You swapped first, gave him the third, and 2 more first next 2 years.
Yeah.
And then they flipped one. Then they flipped one of those picks.
Who's ever left.
Compensatory.
yeah.
Compensatory.
Number 3, compensatory. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. 3rd round somewhere.
I ain't very smart with all the other shit in my life. Though I tell you what those football words mean.
No, I hope the 49ers figure that out. I mean, they traded all the way up to the third pick.
Dan Rooney's not to be accountable to me.
I like
we don't
that.
fucking shore up
I
that
like
offensive
Trey
line.
Lance, though. I like Trey Lance.
Yeah, I like Trey Lance. The only thing I like
But
about
I think we could have
Fields-
got him at 12, though, don't you?
No.
You know?
Any quarterback worth taking at 12 is already gone.
Yeah.
In most any draft.
I mean,
With the exception of your
He
fucking Tom
199.
Brady's and your Russell Wilsons. But those are the names, right?
Russell Wilson, what pick was he?
He was like 4th round or something.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dak
round?
Prescott. Something like. I mean, you can name a couple guys, but
For the most
But
part.
tell me all the quarterbacks you know went in the first round. Damn near all of them.
And they're probably most of them ain't even.
Come this time next month, you guys will have 2 first-round picks. No, Garoppolo was only a second, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
I don't think he was a first round.
Because on my football team right now, we have 2 first-round quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh.
Because he went late first, didn't he?
First.
Yeah. 'Cause I know Ben went top of the
Yeah,
draft.
he was number 3 or something.
Yeah, so I meant towards the top, not
Yeah.
the.
I'm hoping Lance or Wilson, but Fields wouldn't be bad.
Because I've heard Trevor Lawrence is number 1 for sure,
Yeah,
and then I've heard it's Zach Wilson
that's what I heard.
going to the Jets, and then you guys will get Fields, or I heard you guys like Mac Jones. Maybe not you two, but Kyle Shanahan.
Shanahan's probably a little smarter in this for talent when he goes. And
How crazy would
Talking
that
about
be?
Mahomes and shit the other day, so I'm thinking he wants a guy that's
Being
pretty
responsible for
Yeah.
paying guys
Trey- that Trey-
$180 million
that Trey Lance.
a year.
Trey Lance is pretty mobile, though.
Yeah,
He can move.
Mac Jones isn't bad. He's definitely better than.
I heard the biggest knock on him. I don't watch a lot of college ball. Biggest knock on him was he had, 5-star recruits and first-round wide
Yeah.
receivers at every position on the offensive.
And we don't have that at the 49ers. We don't
Wilson.
have big dudes.
You guys lost.
Wilson.
You guys lost.
Yeah, I do too,
two
but I don't
res-
think we're getting.
You guys need a receiver.
Yeah.
Yo, the Jets need everything.
You guys lost Manny. You guys lost Bourne, Daniel Sanders, Kendrick
okay.
Bourne.
Fuck Sanders.
Yeah, we got Ayuk. We got
Bourne?
Debo.
Bourne
We
was
got
a tough
Sanu.
What'd you just say about Daniel Sanders?
Fuck him.
Fuck him. You want to know a fun fact about him?
Sure.
Every team he's played on,
It's
he's played a Super Bowl with,
not the Saints.
minus the Saints. Okay, so 75% of the teams he's played on go to the Super Bowl. I'd be okay with that.
That must have been a 2019 stat.
Oh, you guys lost Daniel Sanders last year, huh?
We didn't have him last year.
Yeah. Oh, not fucking.
Yeah, that's a year ago.
It's not very responsible of me.
So I mean, I don't know. I think we got good. But how about Tampa Bay returning 22 starters?
Everybody, yeah.
22.
Well, that's what the
of
Chiefs
20.
did last year, and they went that good Super Bowl.
No, because they lost their starting tackle.
Yeah.
The COVID doctor.
No, he didn't play. But that's what I was saying. They resigned all their same core people. Like, if you didn't play football last year, your contract tolls to the
So
next
is old boy
year.
coming back, you think? For the Chiefs?
Yeah, Duvernay Tardis or
Or
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Canadian doctor.
Yeah, fuck
Couldn't cut it down
salute
here.
to him, bro.
No, I think a lot of obviously 99% of the guys in the NFL couldn't do nothing for COVID.
Right.
Besides what everybody fucking else did. You got the sniffles on out of here. We'll put a mask on. Other than that, like there was like three doctors that play in the NFL, and maybe that's a high number, maybe even at that.
I don't know.
See, and that was very responsible of him, right? Because if somebody he knew died in a hospital he could have worked in,
Well, hell, that
maybe he
motherfucker
would have held
died
himself
from it.
accountable for that death, even though maybe there's
Right.
nothing he couldn't do.
Right.
So that's what I'm
No, he
saying.
could have
like,
died from it. You know, Dr. Bennett died from COVID.
Doctor Who?
Bennett?
Oh, the
Oh,
doctor in
Greenfield?
Greenfield.
Fuck, I bought some honey from Greenfield the other day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, we could go on hours about COVID, so I say we skip COVID.
But
I mean, the
Those that didn't act responsibly will be held accountable.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. COVID giving me money back from school, so
Did they?
I'm all right with it. Yeah, like $400 or $500.
Nice.
Because they messaged me about it, and I was like, I'm not on like no like state aid or nothing like so. Unless you're gonna give me my money back, I don't think I'm eligible. They're like, oh no, yeah, we're just giving you your money back, I guess, then, because everybody that's enrolled gets so much
Discount
money
per credit.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's
Dope.
cool.
I was like, one lady was talking about because she was taking
Shit, I
like
was
15.
calling my school. Hey,
She's taking like 15 hours or something, so she got like $1,400 back or something.
She's taking 15 hours?
Yeah, some lady in the class was.
Oh, I thought you said your old lady.
Oh, no.
he probably think he said this old lady.
Yeah, she told me I got to quit calling her that.
Hey, listen, call my wife old lady. All right.
She said, we're not fucking bikers, Nat. Goodly, I got a bicycle out there.
Good bike
I got a fat seat on it, too. Let's go.
So your butt doesn't hurt?
Yeah, let's get a tandem.
I think it'd be so hard to ride a tandem bike.
Oh.
Hey, me and Paulina aren't really good workers together, so I don't think it would be good.
Me and Jennifer work good off of each other.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. But
I'm good at what she's bad at, and she's good at what I'm bad at.
The
I'm just tall.
So she though, she doesn't even need you to get.
I'm not even the tallest man in my house anymore.
That's tough, dog.
Start punching motherfuckers in the throat.
Yeah.
You ain't never gonna get bigger than you think you can talk down to me.
Yeah, it's
But
a crazy
then,
time. And
because I
happened
noticed
to
something
me
was
too.
off, because Jennifer the other day was like, "Hey, come get this down for me." And she didn't call my name.
See, I get stopped in the fucking store all the time. Hey,
Hey,
sir, you think you can pick that up there? But get the one in the back. And I'm like, so I got to sit on my tippy toes. I can't reach that up there.
You get the guy that uses that ladder right there.
So we went to neighborhood market. We were looking for something for Dina's dad, the grape water or whatever it is. And it was on the top shelf. And we were like, hey, Walmart person, can you come over and help us? And I don't know, she's shorter than Dina was. She had a little stick. She still couldn't reach it.
Let me give you that stick,
I was like,
lady.
Can I do? Well, I don't know if we're allowed to let customers do this in
Just
case
set it down and
falls.
I'll pick
I was
it
like,
up.
all right, I'm climbing up the shelves then because I ain't waiting for you to find someone else. She just handed me the stick. And
That's like at the gym. Have I told you guys about them not letting me sweep the floor? Yeah, it was all fucking dirty.
Makes like kind of their muddy shoes.
You
And
know, kids go up there all the time and shit. So it's just I'm sliding all over the place, and I'm like, "Hey, is there a broom I could use so I could get the thing, or just clean the floor?" No, that's someone's job. I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I'll do it. I just want to do half of it anyways."
yeah.
Because I'm on one half, and they're like, "No, that's someone's job." And I was like, "Well, can someone do it?"
I'd like this done soon,
Well,
please.
he's actually busy right now. And I said, "Okay, well then, just let me. I just want to use the broom and mop and dust the floor." real
You
quick."
never had such a problem
and I'm
trying
like-
to sweep, huh?
I ain't never in my life been told, "No, you can't sweep the floor."
Yeah.
5 times. Not once, but 5.
I mean, that's how litigious this country is, though. They're just so worried about being sued for anything.
Yeah,
Which is fair.
like
I mean,
I
get
have
it.
more liable to fuck myself up on the dirty floor.
Yeah. That's
You
true.
could have got money out of the city, huh?
Well, I signed a thing that says I'm responsible, right?
For what?
For what you're doing, that was out of your... Because like, you can slip on water and you can still sue them, right? Slip on a dirty floor, it's the same thing.
Well, they got the. I always
Because that's beyond your
That's
your
beyond-
action. That's your
Yeah.
responsibility as a
It
consumer.
was negligence
or
on their
something
part
like that.
for leaving. When
I
you were,
am paying about this much attention in my business law class.
There's another thing. I start school on the 12th of April for my
For
third attempt at a master's degree.
are you ever gonna finish that?
I'm going to start a new one.
You just start out there 9 years, so your 10-year
Do a
thing
little-
don't
do a little-
toll.
Do a little school work and feel smart again, and then get bored of being smart because it turns into work. So, but I think I'm gonna hold myself accountable for this degree because it's also accelerated. I can take each class is only 5 weeks, so they condense it down into like read 3 chapters this week, write 2 papers. Well, I don't have kids anymore, bro.
chapters.
I know.
3 chapters.
But
I was getting pissed. I had to do 2 in mine.
But the difference is now I don't have kids at home.
We've had spring break, and I'm only on chapter 7 in accounting.
So each class is 5 weeks, and I can get done, if I do it right, in 15 months instead of dragging it out for 3.5 years because of how often they offer classes. So because they said that I could get it done in 12 to 15 months.
Be able to get better jobs, or
I'd be eligible to teach at OTC.
Just doing it so, hey, I've done it. You know,
because
I've been doing it since I was 23.
So the nation switched about 3 years ago, and I can't teach dual credit with just my 18 hours and a high school teaching degree. Now you have to have a master's, doesn't have to be in the subject you're teaching, and then you have to have the 18 hours of math in order to do that. Also, to go to work at OTC with computer or classroom technology, I can teach education courses, I can teach computer programming courses, and I can teach mathematics.
Didn't somewhere you teach, somebody had like a doctorate in like philosophy, and then he taught math?
Yeah, that was Greenfield. Dr. Finley. I think it was theology. Religious.
I was close.
Yeah. So
I didn't have it. He was gone by time.
But I decided that I was going to go back and get it.
1 quarter, I guess.
So, but this time, 15 months, try to get it done.
Yep, about August, I'm going to have to look into 2 more courses. Every 2 years I have to have.
Continuing education.
Like, do you just have to take the same course over, or just like a different?
2 different things. This one thing, actually, it's like working out like basketball and shit. To work out. Oh no, I guess athletes that play basketball.
Nice.
I need you to train the boys this summer. One
Well,
of them
you
wants
need to let me coach them.
One of them wants to run faster. One of them wants to jump higher.
One and the same, kind of.
I know you got tired because you said, I'm tired of people just telling me I need to train so I can lose some weight.
Yeah, I want to train athletes.
You wanted to like train athletes with like specific goals in mind, right?
Yep. For sure.
I think that's something you could do.
That play these sports, man.
Because you got all those weights at your house, right?
Yeah.
So I'd bring them up there, drop them off 2 times a week.
For sure.
And teach them the triple threat.
Work the numbers offline, but
and teach them triple threat position. They're missing that part.
well, old Ryan don't even play ball no more.
Oh, he doesn't?
Does he want to jump high?
Nah, he's a cross country track guy.
He wants to go
Good.
faster.
Yeah.
You know how
Build
I
his
used to-
endurance.
You know how I used to train? To run the 400, I'd run 600s. So if he wants to train for cross country, which is 3.1 miles, he needs to sprint, 3.1 miles. He needs to sprint for 4 miles 5 times a day.
5 times a day.
At least once.
There was
it's just a sport. It's like I just don't know how to help him.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides
I'm
that,
like, how do I help him with endurance other than making him run?
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do is you just got to make him run. He doesn't have to run the 3.1 miles, but he's got to be held. It's like, all right, if this is what you want, and it was just like you guys. When you guys said, I want to play baseball, I want to be good at baseball, I didn't say, okay, we'll go to practice once a week. We'd be out at the garage, driveway, whatever you want to talk, and we were working on shit. More than just that 1 hour a week for practice.
God damn it, you gotta get your knee in the ground. It's grounder.
Oh yeah, you jumped out of that box, bro. Stand in there.
Let me hit you with a couple.
You want to be a catcher?
Let me hit you with a couple. It's fine.
Still kind of salty about that because I was never actually a catcher.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good because my nephew that I've been working out, he's a football player, not really a basketball player. He plays a little bit, but I've actually been like helping him a lot with basketball. And I'm like, damn, bro, I could literally do this shit.
Is it tall?
And I actually seen this dude that I played against in high school, and he's doing it. And he went to a small school too. So I'm like, well, fuck, if he can do it, I can do it. I'm balled up on this motherfucker.
Well, here's something, just food for thought. In order to get a substitute certificate to be able to coach in public schools, all you need is a sub certificate. You don't have to have 60 hours of.
Well, I know, but
I'm just food for thought. Maybe
Yeah, let's go coach
Work
middle
it.
schoolers.
work your coaching Junior high.
I think I want to be.
I'd be the weights coach.
You can be a weights coach. That pays $12,000-$15,000 a year. Parkview, Central.
Biggest son bitch I ever met worked at Parkview. Bodenhammer.
Yeah, Bodenhammer. Shelby Bodenhammer.
That big son bitch told me,
Well,
he said, I'd rather you live 1 pound 100 times right than live 100 pounds wrong once.
Yeah. Well, he was also a professional bodybuilder and go to competitions and stuff too. So.
I knew his daughter too.
Is that still a word? Yoked?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit. I managed his daughter on Carver basketball.
Oh.
Yeah, Carver.
What was I talking about?
Coaching.
Yeah,
I think I might want to do like individuals. So. I don't know if I want.
Well, go look. We take old boy to that place over there off Republic, and it's kind of like that. You know, just take the kids training in sports and shit.
Where?
I mean, I don't want to say it on here. I'll tell you offline.
DK.
But anyway,
Don't even know if fucking showing up. Hey, Matt doesn't talk to me. Can I get his number out?
but if they're not in sports, and this is just me, that if they're not accountable to themselves, then you have to make them accountable.
Yeah,
to
I
you.
think that's the best way to teaching young people.
I do too.
No.
I'm coaching Zoe's soccer team, and we got little 3, 4, and 5-year-olds on there. And
Teaching my boys chess.
my first coaching thing was sit down in a circle, introduce ourselves, and say now we're all teammates, and we got to work hard together so that we can play hard together and stuff.
You ever do that for any team you coached?
Nope.
That
No, you said, that's my
kumbaya,
son. He's gonna score it. Never.
that kumbaya shit.
Hey, pass it to people. Come on, man. You can't be looking like a ball hog.
First team that I never coached in Neon was that flag football team. Look, that's a quarterback. Hey, we're gonna run this trick play with the center. That's the center. I never given that one kid that touchdown.
That little kid that lived next door to us.
Yeah.
We talked about it before.
Nate is hey, it's one of the times I felt like I was a really good guy. Because sometimes, I do shit and sometimes you just do shit good because you feel like you're shitty in other parts of your life. Well, it's all got to even out, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you got
I
to
just try
keep
not to
karma
do
even.
shitty stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like, like the last
I
shitty,
still fail
like
at
the
it,
last shitty thing I did. So I went and bought fireworks. I got like $120 worth of stuff. Only had 20s, and I fucking or I only had hundreds. So he gave me back 20s, but he gave me back like $80 extra. I didn't say shit. I just got it.
I'd have went back and bought more fireworks.
What? I did actually the next day.
I'll give you your money back, but I want some.
I did actually the next day. But then Paulina was like, yeah, but you still took money from them because...
Yeah, it's wholesale. It's a lot different
that's
what
I
they
was saying.
retail
I'm like, yeah,
for.
whatever. They're getting it real cheap. They still made money off of it.
Yeah.
But but no bullshit. No bullshit. Something happened on my car like a week later.
Cost you $80.
Cost me $83. Like,
God taxed you, huh?
$3.
God taxed you $3.
When something good happens, it's a blessing. When something bad happens, it's called karma. But that happened to me too when we lived in Marshfield, and I went to the store and bought like $6 worth of stuff. Gave the clerk a $10 bill. She gave me change for a $20, which means I got an extra $10 back. 3 miles down the road, my car, the engine in the car.
I need lottery tickets for that $10.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird how lottery became a thing. It was a mob thing. They were doing numbers.
Racketeering.
Yeah. The state was like, "That's a good fucking idea.
We can make some money.
Yeah.
we can give it to education." But if you buy a lottery ticket, you should reach down, hit the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell.
Well, no, you got to be lucky on a scratcher's ticket. You can just do that.
Oh.
What's the Powerball at right now? Nobody gives a shit.
knows.
Never knows. It's not that big if nobody knows.
I spend all my time gambling in the
Because isn't that funny?
I spent all my
It's
time
only
gambling on sports
$328
cards.
million. That's not big enough for me to risk $2.
So, do you remember when, was it Powerball or Mega Millions got to 1.5
Yeah.
billion?
Yeah.
So the week before, or the drawing before, it was like $975 million. Some guy goes, I'll wait till it's $1 billion. I'm like, oh yeah, 25 million short of $1 billion. That's terrible. I mean,
because even at $1 billion, you get what, like 40 million, 400 million.
I think they give you,
because don't they take like 65%?
I think they give you, because they're going to take taxes out of, they're going to take 25% of taxes, but you still owe that much more.
Yeah.
And because it's an annuity, they would give you the price of the annuity minus 25% for taxes. So I think they're going to give you something like 550, but you still owe 150 of that more in taxes. Or you can give money away and reduce your tax liability, but for the most part.
So that's why people, when they win a fuck ton of money, they're like, oh, I'll give every person that likes this $25 or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. Because,
man, I did something like that.
but if they're smart, they would 1099 them for the money so that they would pay the taxes, which is much less than someone else paying the taxes.
Yeah, one time a dude fucking...
So if I paid you $100,000 and gave you a 1099, then that's income, and then you would pay taxes on $100,000, which is much less than a guy that makes $975 million a week winning Powerball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one time a dude said, I'm going to select one random person who likes these shoes, and they're cool shoes. I was like, yeah, buy it. And then he messaged me fucking almost like simultaneously. As soon as he seen it, he messaged me. He's like, yeah, you just got to pay shipping. Like, it was like $4 or something like that. And I'm like, looked at how many fucking likes it had. It had like 1,000 likes.
$4 out of everybody.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, it's $4. Why would I say? I said $4 times however many the fucking thing was. I was like, isn't this that much money? And then next thing I know, I'm blocked.
Yeah, because you figured out his scam.
Yeah.
You figured out the Nigerian princess scheme, huh?
Yep.
Wasn't that like a big email thing back in the day?
Back in the day when email started and people fell for it and gave out bank account numbers and passwords.
Some motherfuckers still do that shit.
Jenna-
The IRS. Why is the IRS
Yeah, I
texting
mean,
me? No, they're not.
The IRS
they
don't
either
call you.
my mailbox,
Right.
or they're sending a motherfucker.
IRS
like-
is so inconspicuous, I almost threw out my stimulus check. Just don't even look real.
Yeah, now I got one that looks like a check. And Pauline's like, should I keep this? And it says IRS or Greene County something. And it
Collector or
says
something.
Greene County thing, but where it comes from is California. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Scam.
But anyways,
He's giving us the eyes.
he looks like he has nothing else to say. So
I'm drained.
Instead of manning up and saying, hey, I think we're done, he's just
Gotta
looking
be
at us
accountable.
weird.
You know, and tell us when you're done.
Okay, so the responsible thing to do is to go ahead and cut this off here and be held accountable by our patrons. I don't even know. I think I screwed that up. Never mind. I think that's it, folks. That's all, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna keep working on the setup.
Be a
Hopefully
different
you
set
like it.
next time. We just
Yeah, it should have.
Some other shit.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be held responsible.
All right. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. And why don't
See
you
ya
subscribe?
maybe next week.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll be accountable.
We will.
Tell her.